Hi friends, happy Monday, Tammy here. Hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend. I'm excited to be here. I wanted to follow up with the card that I made on Saturday with you. Hopefully you got a chance to see that. This was the card that I had shared. And then after we did the filming, I finished another card that I want to share with you. So just so that you understand, all the cards that I've been sharing over this past week are to give you ideas on how to use the Peony Garden card kit that I'm offering, that has the cardstock, the designer series paper, the specialty cardstock, the gems, the ribbon, the doilies, everything that you need to make stunning cards, all in one affordable kit. There are a handful left. It did sell out Saturday morning, and then I was able to get about 10 supplies for about 10 more kits on Saturday. And there's a handful still left. So I will put the pre-order link in the description. So if you want that, you're going to want to get on right away and order that through PayPal. So this is the inspiration on several different ideas. So again, this was the card I shared on Saturday, and I shared with you simple tips on how to watercolor with stamps. And this was the sample that was already completed. And then this is the one that I watercolored in the video with Flirty Flamingo and the Petal Pink ink. So what I wanted to do is, after I got done, I wanted to finish the card up, and I decided to change it up and do something a little bit different. So you'll notice the difference between these two cards. Boy, I'm having trouble talking today. This one had the large panel was cut from the designer series paper, the Peony Garden Designer Series paper, whereas the smaller panel was die cut with the Stitch So Sweetly dies using the Petal Pink cardstock. And then it was embossed with the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. And then I used Calypso Coral with the Petal Pink to do this particular flower, and then a little bit of ribbon. So on this one, I reversed it. I used the Petal Pink for the large panel and embossed it. This one shows the embossing side up. The textured side is face up. This one, if you'll notice, shows the texture face down. This is the debossed side. So it gives you just a little bit different feel, and I thought that was pretty cool, right? Then I used the designer series paper, another one of the patterns, to cut the smaller panel using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and then used the Flirty Flamingo with the Petal Pink to do this particular flower. And then for the ribbon, I wanted to match the Petal Pink, so I used the light Petal Pink Stampin' Blends marker to color the ribbon. So same supplies, just two different looks. So tell me which one you think. Do you have one that you like over the other one? Or, you know, the nice thing is with the kit, there's enough supplies that you can make both or even multiples of both. But the follow-up is, when we made this card, I shared with you some cutting tips that would keep you, that basically prevented waste. And one of those had a 2-inch strip left over. So we're going to use this 2-inch strip to make this card today. So if we flip this over, this is the beautiful pattern on the other side. We're going to pair this one with the same pattern in the pack that is available in the gray granite. And we're going to use it to create this card right here. So I did My Thoughts Are With You on the front. And the nice thing is that any of those three other sentiments work for the inside, depending on, you know, what kind of card, what the occasion is that you want. And then we're going to pair it with this stamp right here. And I'm going to show you how to kind of get that cool background effect right there. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to bring in my trimmer. And what we're going to do is you're going to take both of your strips. So these are both at 2 inches. And you're going to make sure that you are even on the left-hand side. And we're going to go ahead and cut this at 5 1/4. And then these, oops, are your scraps, and you can save those for another card. Okay, now we're going to cut this in half. So we've got 5 1/4. So the easy way that I do this is I go to 2 1/2 because I know that's 5, and then I'm going to slide it over 1/8 of an inch. Okay, and make sure again that they're even. And we're going to go ahead and give that a cut. Now you've got 4 pieces that are the same size. And that's all we need the trimmer for. Okay, then we're going to bring in the thick Whisper White cardstock, and I've created a card base here. Mine opens on the side. You could certainly do a traditional fold, would also work, either one. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to place these in opposite, just like this. And what I find works the best is to kind of put it on here as it's going to be. So go ahead and line it up just like that. Then I'm going to be using the Tombow multi-purpose glue. I like to be able to have a little bit of wiggle room with this. So we're going to go ahead and remove one of these, and I'm going to be somewhat generous with this glue because I want, again, I want that wiggle room. And then we're going to go ahead and make sure that's square to the card. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to go ahead and do the second one here. Now you notice I'm not getting too close to the edge. That's because when we press this down, we're not going to want this to squeeze out. So you're going to make sure that those are butted up next to each other. That looks good. Let's go ahead and do our third one here. And again, make sure it's nice and butted up to that other paper. And then our last one here goes right here, and it's a perfect fit. Yay! We like that. And then go ahead and give these a good, rub down. And you really want to use your bone folder, which I don't know where mine is. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my clear block. And I'm going to go ahead and just rub that. There we go. That looks like it's really good, and down like that. Okay, then we're going to come in with the Stampin' Seal, just because I find that this, because it doesn't have to have dry time, we're just going to put a strip right there in the center, and we're going to come in with one of the doily squares, and we're going to line that up centered, and there's a hole right there in the center that you can line that up. Go ahead, we're going to give that a press. Okay, then what I've done is on a scrap of the Whisper White, just the regular Whisper White, I have gone ahead and I stamped the sentiment in gray granite, and then I die cut it with this one from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Okay, and then I went ahead with the Petal Pink cardstock and I die cut a piece from, again, from the Stitch So Sweetly dies. These are, as I've been telling you, just a really awesome set. So this is going to get layered on just like this. But before we do that, we're going to do this stamping right here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring in our Petal Pink stamp pad and our flower stamp. Let's go ahead and close that. And I want this to be really light. I want it to just kind of be a little bit of, you know, just a hint of flower, so to speak. So go ahead and ink this up, and we're going to stamp it off. And then we're going to come in and we're going to stamp there. There we go. And you get just that light, you know, kind of shadow of a flower, just real light, not distracting from the sentiment, just real pretty. And that's it. That is our stamping. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down. Or you could use the Stampin' Seal. And it just gets centered on this panel right here. Okay. Then we're going to bring in a 10-inch piece of the ribbon that's included with the kit. And we're going to use the gray granite, the light gray granite Stampin' Blends marker. And you're going to want to use the brush tip. So the thick line is your brush tip. And we're going to just really lightly just run that across the ribbon. And then we're going to do the other end here. The more you go over it, the darker it gets, but we just really kind of want a wisp of color with it. And you know what? We need to do the center because of the fold. Okay, I think that looks good. Did I miss a spot here? I did. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, then we're going to come in with the Stampin' Seal again, and I'm just going to come across here, and we're going to fold this in half, and we're going to place this across here and just press that in place. And then that is going to come and get placed right here. So we're going to go ahead and bring in our Stampin' Dimensionals. Probably, let's do 4. Okay, go ahead and take these off. I don't know about you, I find these little pieces of paper in the strangest places. They like to stick to all kinds of stuff. What's the strangest place that you've ever found them? Okay, I'm going to center that. Put that down, and we are almost done. Now we're going to go ahead and bring in the bling, which, where did my bling go? Oh, there's my bling. That's included with the kit as well. And we're going to bring in our take the pick tool, and we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one there. And there you go. All done. So you've got a beautiful card that could be for a variety of occasions. No waste leftovers from the card on Saturday. So I hope that you liked this. I would love your feedback. Tell me what you're thinking of the cards, if you're enjoying the kit, and share the video. I do really appreciate the likes. And again, the pre-order for the card kit will be in the description. So take advantage of that by tomorrow. Deadline is Tuesday, July 7th. Thanks so